The European Union has taken significant strides in 2024 to bolster its water management strategies. These crucial updates to existing laws aim to improve flood risk management and promote sustainable water infrastructure investment. They reflect a growing understanding of the interconnectedness of water systems and the need for a holistic approach. The updated framework emphasizes a catchment-wide strategy. This means managing water resources at the level of entire river basins, considering the interactions between upstream and downstream areas. This integrated approach is essential for effectively addressing flood risks and ensuring the long-term sustainability of water resources. The EU's updated framework also underscores the importance of public participation in water management decisions. Local communities, businesses, and other stakeholders are actively involved in the planning and implementation of water management projects. This collaborative approach ensures that diverse perspectives are considered, leading to more effective and equitable solutions. Flood risk management is a cornerstone of the EU's updated water legislation. The new framework places a strong emphasis on a catchment-wide approach. This approach recognizes that rivers and their tributaries are interconnected systems. Actions taken upstream can have significant downstream consequences. By managing water resources at the basin level, the EU aims to reduce the risk of floods throughout entire river systems. This approach involves a combination of measures including restoring natural floodplains, implementing sustainable drainage systems in urban areas, and improving early warning systems. These measures work together to enhance flood resilience across entire regions. The catchment-wide approach also promotes collaboration among different countries and regions that share river basins. This is particularly important in transboundary river basins, where coordinated action is crucial for effective flood risk management. By working together, countries can develop shared strategies that benefit all. The EU's updated water legislation recognizes the critical role of sustainable investment in securing water resources for the future. This includes investments in water supply systems, sanitation infrastructure, and flood protection measures. The framework emphasizes the need for infrastructure that is resilient to climate change and promotes the efficient use of water resources. Sustainable investment in water infrastructure is not only about building new structures, it also involves upgrading and modernizing existing systems. This includes incorporating nature-based solutions such as green roofs and permeable pavements to manage stormwater runoff and reduce pressure on traditional drainage systems. The EU is committed to providing financial support for sustainable water infrastructure projects. Funding is available through various programs such as the European Investment Bank and the Cohesion Fund. These investments are crucial for ensuring that all Europeans have access to safe and reliable water services, now and in the future. Section 4. Adapting to climate change, a key driver of the new laws. Climate change is one of the most pressing challenges facing humanity, and its impacts on water resources are already being felt across Europe. More frequent and intense droughts, floods, and rising sea levels pose significant threats to human health, the environment, and the economy. The EU's updated water legislation recognizes the urgency of addressing these challenges. The new framework promotes climate-resilient water management by requiring member states to assess the impacts of climate change on their water resources. This includes considering future scenarios of changing precipitation patterns, rising temperatures, and sea level rise. Based on these assessments, countries are required to develop and implement adaptation measures to mitigate these risks. The EU's adaptation strategy emphasizes a flexible and forward-looking approach. This means continuously monitoring the changing climate and adjusting water management practices accordingly. It also involves investing in research and innovation to develop new technologies and strategies for adapting to the impacts of climate change. Section 5. Real-world applications, risk assessment and preventive measures. The EU's updated water legislation is not just a set of abstract principles, it has concrete applications in the real world. One example is the implementation of advanced flood risk assessment tools. These tools allow authorities to identify areas that are most vulnerable to flooding and to develop targeted measures to reduce the risks. For instance, in the Netherlands, a country with a long history of flood management, sophisticated computer models are used to simulate different flood scenarios. These models take into account factors such as rainfall intensity, river flow rates, and sea levels. By running these simulations, authorities can identify areas at risk and implement measures such as dike reinforcements or controlled flooding of certain areas to protect more populated regions. Another example of the EU's approach in action is the promotion of sustainable urban drainage systems, (SUDS). SUDS mimic natural processes to manage stormwater runoff, reducing the burden on traditional drainage systems and minimizing the risk of urban flooding. Green roofs, permeable pavements, and rain gardens are just a few examples of SUDS that are being implemented in cities across Europe. Section 6. A vision for the future. Healthy ecosystems and a water-secure Europe. The ultimate goal of the EU's updated water legislation is to ensure a water-secure future for all Europeans. This means having access to safe and reliable water supplies, protecting communities from the risks of floods and droughts, and preserving the health of aquatic ecosystems. The new framework sets an ambitious target of achieving good ecological status for all European water bodies by 2050. This means restoring rivers, lakes, and coastal waters to a healthy state, where they can support a diverse range of plant and animal life. Achieving this goal will require a concerted effort to reduce pollution from agriculture, industry, and urban areas. The EU's vision for the future is one where water is managed sustainably in harmony with nature. This means recognizing the intrinsic value of water and understanding that healthy ecosystems are essential for human well-being. By investing in sustainable water management practices today, the EU is laying the foundation for a water-secure and prosperous future for generations to come.